The following segment is sponsored by the University of the District of Columbia. The University of the District of Columbia has a new initiative called Building Pathways to Possible in an effort to build the talent pipeline for the district. In order for the university to achieve maximum success, strategic partnerships such as the Board of Trade are essential to helping build those pipelines. Here with more to discuss it all, we have the university's Chief Operating Officer, Troy Stovall, and also the CEO of Greater Washington Board of Trade, Jack McDougle. Gentlemen, welcome to Great Day Washington.
Thank you for having us.
Good morning.
This is great. We've been doing some series with you guys with the University of the District of Columbia and trying to recruit the talent and then build up that talent pipeline to build up the District of Columbia. Why is that so important to you all at UDC?
Yeah, thanks. Again, thanks for having us, Ellen. First of all, the board passed the equity imperative, which is our goal to become a modern urban place of higher education for student success. And that student success should lead to talent that the district and the overall region needs. And so we've launched a Pathways to Possible, as you just mentioned, and that's focused on STEM, healthcare, and teacher prep. Three very important areas for the district and a lot of the efforts that the Board of Trade has been working on.
So one of the things that's top of mind for business leaders all across the region is talent. You know, we don't have enough workers to fill the jobs that we have now, and we expect adding, tens of thousands of new jobs in the years to come. So we have to really think about what are we going to do to fill those needs. So, and it's not just about attracting talent to our region, but also how do we build the talent that's already here. And UDC in particular is very well positioned to do that because it's no longer just about educating students and putting them into the marketplace, but it's about how do we skill students and how do we think about this from a lifelong learning perspective. And the programs that are available at UDC really offer an opportunity for us to think about that. So that's really exciting for us.
Are the partnerships really important to not only just be this higher education place, but also to be in the community, working with businesses and knowing what they need, as you mentioned, in return?
Absolutely, and Jack mentioned a little of that, but I think the key is understanding the needs of corporate America and baking those into an academic environment, and that's part of why we have this partnership with the Board of Trade.
And it's really critical. So the Board of Trade right now has a program underway across the region called Connected DMV, and it's about bringing the region together to collaborate to use technology more effectively.
Right.
And so that affects everything, and particularly around education and skilling people. And so working with UDC and other partners affords us the opportunity to really think through what are those requirements going to be so that we can develop the workers that the business needs. And
you were talking the average age of one of your students is 26 years old, right?
Correct.
The lifelong learning really is applied at UDC.
Absolutely, absolutely. And the challenge for us is higher education has normally been a model where someone comes at 18 and then gets and then goes and works for 30 years, and those times are over. And we need to be in a position as a university so that we have that individual wherever they are at that point in their lives to re-educate them, to reposition them and prepare them for the needs that corporate America is telling us. And so we need those resources in order to do that. And so part of what we're trying to do through this effort is make sure that we have those resources. And when you look at the resources that we have, we're not funded at the level that we need to be at. We're funded at a much lower level. And so part of what we're trying to do with these efforts is to let people know and then build these relationships like with people at the Board of Trade.
More critical than ever. It's typically we do these things in verticals. You have government, you have academia, you have industry and business. We all have to come together to work on this because no one of those can solve these problems together. Together we all need to come and figure out what the solutions are going to be. And that's the only way we're going to drive the kind of change that's required.
What do you see UDC being once you put all of this in place? You have that talent pipeline. How does it play into DC and where does it fit in the city?
We become, the district has set itself up to be this resilient, sustainable city and talk about pathways to the middle class. And so being able to have pathways to the middle class requires a degree, requires some type of training. It may not be a degree, it could be a certification that shows that you know how to do something. And so part of us is that we're that pipeline to those types of opportunities that the Board of Trade has been talking about and other relationships that we have. And so this is about being that engine for growth for the district.
I love it. This is not the end. We'll be talking with you all more because it's a longer conversation. But for the meantime, you can also find your possible, as the campaign says, at UDC. For more information, you can always visit the university's website. That is udc.edu/pathways.